Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to cover integrating Apollo with MillionVerifier, why it's necessary, how to prep the application. Right? Fair enough. So I'll give you the why real quickly. It takes 90 days to return to high sending volumes after you've compromised a domain and IP. There ain't much worse than that. So Apollo has this little flaw where it only has a 5-step verification process. And I put this in here so you know, like, this is not a good reason to go elsewhere. It's still the best tool to sit at the core of your revenue operations tech stack. It's just beautiful. So again, and if you've compromised your main domain, that's even worse. Now we have to purchase a software called Litmus and dive into every little detail about where you're blacklisted and what recipient domains are blacklisting and all those. It's just a disaster. So it's something we can easily avoid, and this is one thing to help you do that. So MillionVerifier, $300 for 1 million email credits. You can't really beat that. So is that enough about why? Avoiding this 90 days is massive. If I had to go through that, I would be screwed, right? So setting up Apollo to integrate with MillionVerifier, very simple. So we're just going to add a couple fields, a couple rules, and we're good to go. So let's dive in. I'll show you that actually in the software. So if we come in here, we go to our contacts, and we're going to say, give me custom fields, verification. These are direct one-to-one data points that come straight out of MillionVerifier. So I just wrote them over the same way in Apollo, save it. And then we're going to do verification time, these 3. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those right now. So come into our rules engine, and we're going to say verification status. So every single time a contact is created, we're going to update that custom field of verification time to unverified. Okay, it's a triggered rule. And we run it every time. I mean, you can only create a contact once, so it's kind of redundant, but just leave it the way it is. You'd be better off. So what's nice about this rule too is we're going to set our API to look for this as our call, right? So when you see contacts are unverified, pull them into MillionVerifier and bring them back. So this also controls your integration. So you can turn it on and off with this. So let's say, you're like, Joe, I got a campaign I have to have live tomorrow morning, or my boss is going to eat me for breakfast. I don't know when that API is going to call. I think it's every 4 hours, but who knows? Can I just do it manually? So yeah, just if you're going to save a bunch of contacts that you want to get verified manually, just turn it off and do it manually. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. So pretty cool there. Let's come back to our rules engine. We're going to go to our shelf life now. So again, I like to be 100%, as positive as I can be that the list that I'm going to target the data is good. I do not want to deal with a blown up domain. So we're going to re-verify these things every 90 days. So simple rule, triggered, contact updated, the verification time became healthy, meaning that either you put it in and it manually uploaded a file into Apollo, or the API returned it as healthy. Then wait 90 days and then set it to expired. And then your API can look for that as well and call it over to MillionVerifier, bring it back. There you go. So save our changes, we're done there. Apollo's ready to be integrated with MillionVerifier now. Pretty quick, huh? So now, let's say you have a bunch of data already. I want to get it verified. Why use the API? We're just going to do a bunch of bulk stuff here, so let's just get it done, right? This is after. Okay, so when you dump a data set out of Apollo, you're going to have rows all the way over, right? There's going to be a bunch of data you don't want to keep in there when we upload into MillionVerifier. So just to save you a little headache here, we're going to leave Apollo's email verify status just to make life easier, or just so you can see the difference between the two. Then we have the person's LinkedIn URL and the company website, and obviously their email. Your owner account email is going to be in here, right? Make sure you get rid of that, because MillionVerifier will do the easiest thing. It will just verify that one email address, which is yours, which is hopefully good. So anyway, so now get it down to this, and then save it and it's getting it into MillionVerifier is really, really easy. So you just take it from your file explorer, dump it in here, and there you go. Make sure it's a CSV, right? Pretty simple stuff. So here's the results from that list. And you might say, well, Joe, now half my data is compromised. I can't email half my people. Well, that's silly. Don't just email them. Call them, LinkedIn them, whatever you got to do. Get them on, get them on the phone. Get them on a meeting with you. So, but you just want to know that these are the folks, these catch-all folks, and obviously invalid. We're going to want to keep out of the database in Apollo into our email campaign, email only or email included campaigns. So download our full report. Here's a quick tip just to make your life a little easier too when we do this. Save it. There you go. So, and as you can see right in the top one, right, this is a MillionVerifier results. These are Apollo results. Okay, Apollo called this verified. MillionVerifier knows that this is a catch-all, and that's the ones that'll get you in trouble. So you can literally experience a 60% bounce rate with catch-alls. So then that hurts. So free and roll, get rid of these. The first time I did this, I left roll in there, and it overwrote a bunch of job titles as no. So that was fun to deal with. So in this, we're just going to change this to healthy. And copy that down. Now it's ready to go into Apollo, right? Upload that in, map your fields, pretty simple stuff there. When we come back to Apollo, I just want to show you this quickly. And we go to people. Now we're just selecting that custom, if I'm about to run an email campaign, give me the contact verification of OK, and here they all are. And I know I'm safe to hit these people with my messages. So anyways, and then the rest of them we'll go back later and see what we can do with them. There's other places that we can, that we can go to find more data if we need to, whatever the case may be, or call them all. It's always a good move. So with that, I'm going to leave everything that I just showed you in the link in links in the description. So you're going to have this deck. I'll leave with you a link to MillionVerifier so you can sign up for that. And then if you haven't bought Apollo yet, that's a no-brainer. So go do that. And yeah, we'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks, everybody.